Hello everyone, gwsmallwood here, the Shaving Disciple, and today I've got another razor battle for you guys. Today we're going to be doing the PAL Adjustable Injector razor versus the Parker Adjustable Injector razor. So these two are very similar, both stainless steel razors with plastic underneath the handles, both injector style razors. This guy was released around 1962, so it's been around a long time. This one was released late last year, I think it was November, around Black Friday, at Super Safety Razors. These you can find, they're pretty common on eBay, so you can still pick these up in good condition. These you can find around 30 to 60 bucks. This one is $32 from Super Safety Razors. Both very, very similar in length. This one and this one are both just under 5 inches at 4.96 inches. This one is a little bit heavier, 1.8 ounce versus 1.24 ounces. They both have a similar adjustment mechanism. This one goes from 1 to 5, this one goes from high to low in 5 steps, so both 5 different adjustment levels. As you can see, the handle profile is a little bit different. This one's a lot more straight, this one has a curve to it. I'll flash up a vintage PAL adjustable advertisement here that I found online. Evidently that angle was supposed to make it easy to get up under the nose. So just a little bit different there. The handles, both plastic. This is kind of a lightweight, hard plastic. This is more of a kind of rubberized texture plastic. This one is kind of more of a dark gray tone. This one is black. So both, like I said, injector razors. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I load the blades, because I think you'll find that interesting. It's a pretty cool blade mechanism. I'm going to use a fresh Schick. These are called the Chinese Schicks. They're in the yellow packages. I'll have links to everything I use in my description box below. But this injector style razor takes what's called a key. So the blade actually comes out of this slot here. So what you do is there's a slot in the head of the razor. And so you line up the blade with where it's going to go here, put the key in, and it kind of opens up the razor, and then you pull this tab back and it loads a blade and it injects the new blade in and ejects the old blade out. I'm going to lower this to finish it off so I don't cut myself with that old blade. So this is the old blade that it took out of there. And so now we have a freshly loaded Schick blade in there. And the way these adjustments work on both of these razors is, this is the PAL, which goes from low to high. So on the low setting, what it does is it pushes this guard down to give more distance between the guard and the edge of the blade. As you move that lever from low to high, it lifts that guard up and gives you less distance between the guard and the blade, giving you a closer or more aggressive shave. So I'm going to go ahead and load the Parker. It loads exactly the same way. We're going to put a fresh blade in both of these just to make sure they're on even footing here. So you put the key in, pull the lever back, and inject the new blade. So I'm actually going to use both of these at their highest settings. I tend to like more aggressive shaves, closer shaves, because I don't shave against the grain. So I'm actually gonna use both of these today on their highest settings, and we'll see how they do. So for soap today, I am using Murphy & McNeil's Cran Bathad. I'm probably saying that wrong, but whatever. So this is one of their main soaps. This is their take on a green Irish tweed. It's a very, very nice, it's about medium scent strength, which is what they claim on their website. I'll flash the ingredients up here, but it's a really, really good soap base. It's got tallow, duck fat, clay, silk. It's got lots and lots of good stuff in here. And I'll actually flash up the scent profile here as well. Like I said, it's a green Irish tweed take. If you guys don't know, I am taking the entire month of March to go through nothing but green Irish tweed inspired shaving soaps. There are actually a lot more out there than you think, and it's a scent profile that I love, so I decided to pick up a bunch of them, and the entire month of March, that's what I'm using. This one to me smells very similar to Katie's Bubbles Celtic Knot. If anybody's ever tried that soap, very similar scent. It's really, really good. I really like this one. So I've got it pressed into a bowl. Now I'm not using my Captain's Choice lather bowl today. I've actually found over the last few weeks that using my Captain's Choice lather bowl has been giving me kind of airy lather. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. We got some construction going on in our house, so got a dog barking at the towel guy. All right, so like I said, I'm actually using a different lather bowl today. I found my Captain's Choice bowl was giving me kind of airy lathers lately, which makes the lather not as slick and protective as I can get it if I use this smooth bottom bowl to just load the brush and then build the lather on my head. So the poll last week, dome lather seems to be the favorite for generating a lather on your head. A lot of guys face lather. I can't do that. I have too much facial hair. So I do a dome lather. So today I'm going to be using a DS Cosmetic handle. You can get the same handle at ShaveForge, which is based in the US. So you'll get it shipped to you a lot faster if you go through ShaveForge. And the brush is a 24mm synthetic fan knot that I got from Frugal Shave. I don't know if Aaron still carries these or not, but I'll link below if he does. I always include all the links to everything I use if it's available, just in case you guys want to check them out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get lathered up off channel, and we'll come back for this shave off between the PAL and the Parker. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm all lathered up. The soap performs really, really well. It's the second time I've used Murphy & McNeil, and the performance is really, really good. Makes a nice slick lather. I kind of showed you those ingredients, really, really good ingredient soap. I didn't mention the cost. So you can get a tub of that from Murphy & McNeil for $19.99 for 5.5 ounces. And that comes out to $3.63 per ounce, which is a good price on the cost chart. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the shave. So I'm going to be using the PAL on the left side of my head and the Parker on the right. So we'll go ahead and start with the PAL. So right off the bat, it does have a decent amount of blade feel for an injector razor. I've always found injectors fairly intuitive as far as getting the right angle. So you can feel the blade. But it's very, very smooth. I don't know if you can hear that. I do have 2 days of growth. I've tried a number of different injectors over the years, and the PAL so far has been the only one I've enjoyed. I've always found the others too mild. So that went really well, felt nice. Let's finish up with the back of the head here. And with Murphy and McNeil, because the soap is so good and has so much residual slickness, I don't have to re-lather the overlapping areas on the different section of my head the way I do with a lot of my soaps. It's just a really, really good performing soap. And this lather is actually dried out a bit, because between the time when I cut off the camera to lather and came back, I actually had to have a conversation with our tile guy. So you probably hear a little bit of the banging in the background, unfortunately, today. We are remodeling our bathroom, but the good news is it's getting closer to being done. So the PAL, I do tend to kind of choke up on the handle, which when I'm using a double edge razor, I tend to like shorter handles and holding them towards the bottom edge of the handle. But for whatever reason, I've always found the PAL to be more comfortable to hold this way. All right, so that's the left side of my head with the PAL. Now let's go to the right side with Parker. I'm going to freshen up the lather a little bit on this side just because it's been a while since I applied it. So the angle on the PAL, on the Parker, I would say is a little bit harder to find. And I think that is because it's a little bit more mild. Like I said, I'm using both of these on their highest settings, and there's definitely more blade feel from the PAL on its highest setting than there is from this Parker. The Parker is lighter, so for me, there's more of a tendency to want to apply pressure, which is a no-no when you're using single-bladed razors. I think I might have caught a bump there. But it hasn't led to any excessive irritation in my use of the Parker so far. The other thing about the Parker is when compared with the PAL, it has that harder plastic underneath the handle. And it doesn't feel quite as good to the touch because it's hard. The PAL has that kind of rubberized handle, which makes it feel a little bit more grippy and a little bit more softer to the touch, which I actually prefer. So the angle is definitely a little bit trickier to find on the Parker, and I have to have to kind of contort the wrist a little bit on the back of the head, more so than I do with the PAL. And I'm sure that's because the PAL has that curved head, like I showed you in the intro. But the Parker's very smooth. Like I said, it's definitely milder than the PAL as far as the blade feel goes. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I was trying to get this shave in before our tile guys got here today, but I missed my window. It showed up a little earlier than I expected. So hopefully the noise doesn't bother anybody too much. Alright, so that's the head shave. So let's do a face shave now, and we'll see how they compare there. So I've had some people ask me about this bowl in pictures and where I got it from. I have no idea. You can see there's some Chinese characters on the bottom. I actually picked this up. It's got a matching smaller bowl with a lid that I found at my local Goodwill. If anybody knows what those Chinese characters are, let me know. Curious, but I picked them up because it was a cool pair, and I can grate a soap or press a soap into that bowl with the cover and have a little soap bowl, and this makes a nice lather bowl. I have no idea what their original uses were for, but they are perfect for what I'm using them for now. Yeah, and that soap scent, it's really good. I've been using, so earlier this week, I used Razor Rock Irish Countryside and Central Texas Soaps Irish Flats, which are a lot lighter on the scent strength. So getting a little bit more scent strength out of that it's nice. It's a nice change. I like stronger scented soaps. All right, so we're going to use the PAL on the left side here. And the PAL it seems like it's a bit louder of a razor. All right, there's the one cheek. Yeah, I think there's a bit more hollow sound. It makes it seem a little bit louder in the PAL for whatever reason. So we will certainly be glad to get this bathroom finished. We had a bit of a minor mold issue. It wasn't terribly dangerous or anything, but it could shortly have gotten to that point if we didn't take care of it. So we have been sharing this bathroom with our two kids for over a month now. So we're hoping week or two, we can get that bathroom back in working order. Yeah, really like this Murphy & McNeil soap. That little bloop there on my shirt. Sorry about that. I'm sure you guys can hear that now. Alright, now the Parker. So the Parker does feel better on the neck. Like I said, it's a bit milder. That might be why. Although I do tend to like more aggressive razors on my neck, so that's kind of counterintuitive. I do like the extra weight that you get from the PAL. Honestly, I wish both of these had just a touch more weight. If they'd have figured out how to get more stainless steel into the design, I think it would have really helped, because they are a little bit more mild. A little bit of weight would have helped. Alright, so that's the shave. So I'm going to go hit the shower, do my post shave, and I'll be back to talk about results and comparison a little bit. Hey guys, so I finished up off camera with a hot shower and followed up with alum block. I actually did have a little bit of stinging with the alum block on the left side of my neck and a little bit on the left side of my face. Then I followed that with some Sterling Sharp Dressed Man aftershave splash and the Sharp Dressed Man body lotion. And then topped it all off with my St. Pierre's beard oil. So, the PAL Adjustable versus the Parker Adjustable Injector razors. Which one wins? So, the PAL definitely gave me a closer shave. Like I said, I had them both dialed all the way up. The PAL is definitely more blade forward at the highest setting, and I definitely got a closer shave. Now it's not a ton. To the naked eye, you probably couldn't see the difference, but it's enough that I can feel the difference when feeling with my hands. I will say that the PAL was a little bit rougher on my neck, as evidenced by the sting with the alum block. But that's the nice thing with an adjustable razor, is if I wanted to, I could just dial it down a little bit for the neck area. The Parker, also a good razor though. It was really comfortable, but it is certainly milder. Now, my wife has been using my PAL forever, which is why I bought this, is because I was hoping I could trade her and get my PAL adjustable back. So I had her start using this as a comparison to get her thoughts to go along with this video. And what she found was she believes that the Parker is equivalent at 5 to the PAL at 1, or on its low setting. So the PAL is definitely the more aggressive of the two. Now, if you like the idea of trying an injector, but you don't like the idea of buying vintage, I know a lot of guys are weirded out by buying vintage razors. This is a good option. You get a new stock adjustable injector razor for 32 bucks, really affordable. It's stainless steel. Like I said, it does have that hard plastic, but it's not that big of a deal. It's textured, so it's not slippery or anything. But it is a bit milder than the PAL. So if you are somebody who likes more blade feel or needs a bit more close shave, maybe you're like me, you don't shave against the grain, the PAL is probably going to be the better option. And like I said, the textured kind of rubbery type plastic that you get with the PAL, I think, is more comfortable to hold. It's more visually appealing. So for me, I think the PAL wins. I'm not sure yet if this will stick around in the den. I do like using this. I used it for about a week prior to last week's video. If you haven't looked at that, I'll pop up a link to it here. But I did review this in last week's video, and I used it for about a week before that, and I did enjoy using it. So while I think the PAL wins, this is still a good razor. So those are my thoughts, and oh, my wife actually kind of liked the angled head on this one as well for leg shaving. She thought it was a little bit easier to get the right angle because it's already kind of an angled head. This, you have to lift the handle up further to get the right angle, as opposed to this one with the slanted head. It doesn't require as much lift on the handle. So there's that, if there's any women who are considering this, or any men who are considering getting one for your wives. My wife preferred the PAL. So she'll probably keep this one. I may be able to borrow it from time to time, but this will probably be my adjustable injector, at least until I consider buying another PAL for myself maybe. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and we'll see you on the next one.